Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Global has announced the new event. That is Get Set Go, Kivatus Halo Festival, where a bunch of students with sport uniform were gathered together. When this event is released, 2 limited banner is also released as well. That is Sport Banner, T.Yuuka Track and T.Mari Track. Both are limited, and you won't be able to recruit them when their banner is disappear. But, are they really worth to pull, despite their appear as limited student? But first, let's talk about the event. The quest stages has a chances to drop artifact, and the better are on bottom stages for sure. For the first shop you take these, and that will cost you 8,440 of event currency. The other are optional. For the second shop you take these items, and that gonna cost you 13,179 amount. And last shop you take these items and that gonna cost you 11,800 of event currency. If you don't have or haven't maximized Hiruna, you can get her elf to speed up your progress. And the gift are very important, either you want to use for certain student that likes it, or sacrifice it to create selective gift box to gain BB cream as many as possible to maximize Gorilla Bonds level. It is important to save your AP as possible, because the other feature from this event are very important to miss. Anyway, the new feature from this event are this, and called Dice Run. Require 150 water bottle per each dice roll. You roll the dice, and she will run depend on dice number R shows. If she stop on fixed tiles, you will get fixed reward based on the tile she step on. What if I tell you that this is the best resources farm I've ever had? From here, you can gain more than 50 million credits, tons of EXP report and EXP orb. Also you can gain tons of T.Hasumi's elf as well, though they already giving away her elf to fully maximize. I still don't know what we can do with these excess of her elf from this event. But anyway, the credits and EXP report or orb is totally worth it. Not only tiles that gives you goodies, but also the side mission from Dice Run. After reaching certain lap, you will get rewards as well, and the max lap is 50 lap. Though not necessary to obtain all, but if you're running out of credits and want more T.Hasumi's elf, this event feature are useful for you. But don't get as much as I have on JP. Don't know what gonna do with this excess after they decided to giving away T.Hasumi. Anyway, let's talk about T.Hasumi, the welfare student from this event. T.Hasumi appear as striker mystic single damage dealer, and special as her defense type. Moving on to her X skill, deal 860% damage to one enemy, has high E skill damage potency with low X skill cost. However, you can increase her X skill damage by adding 1 or 2 X skill cost. For the damage, she can deal 100k damage non-critical hit. And for critical hit, her X skill will deal around 250k critical damage. If we use the additional cost of her X skill, non-critical hit will deal 130k damage. Now talk about her X skill critical damage with cost. The result is even more impressive than X skill critical damage without additional cost. The result is very simple. It is really necessary to use her X skill with additional 2x skill cost to deal more damage. On critical hit has significant improvement. It improves 60% of her X skill damage. If we calculate it, her X skill damage is 860% plus 60% from additional 2x skill cost are equal around 1350% of damage. That means she can deal 400% more damage using 2 additional cost. For those who still lost, let me simplify why her T.Hasumi additional X skill cost can improve significantly. As you see here, this is T.Hasumi X skill with the best supporter in game, and she can deal 700k damage on critical. By adding 2 additional X skill, her X skill will deal 1.1 million critical damage. In other words, that 2 additional X skill improve her X skill critical damage by 400k critical damage. It's a significantly improved in short. Her basic skill are quite regular but has high damage potency. If you're hungry for more damage, that increasing her basic skill will assist you. As her enhanced skill, she increase her own critical damage, and critical rate for her enhanced skill plus. Her sub-skill is incredible. It will deal additional damage against large enemies, and most of them are boss type. Though not that actually great, but it's a fine additional damage against bosses, and moreover it can land a critical. And that's it. T.Hasumi are the best single mystic damage dealer you can get later. It is very recommended to have her with fully build and stars, if you have chance to farm her elf. 4 skills build. Increase these first and max it. After that, increase her basic skill into level 7 or max, and last you can do the same to her sub-skill. Moving on the sport limited banner, the glorious 100 kilograms of thick thigh, she is appear as tanker with special defense. With her X skill, she can move herself and allies into specific location and grant them shield. It's good skill to save the other student from danger zone, or put them into the danger zone. On some content, reposition and shield are crucial for victory, and let's say first user on this raid boss. To avoid the danger zone, and reduce the damage taken. Or future content like these event, but rest assured, you can borrow student when these event is held. Moving into her basic skill, every 30 seconds grant herself a shield that lasting 23 seconds, and have 7 seconds cooldown. However, if the shield is present, she increase her healing instead, and can be stacked thrice. That mean, the next shield she applies will be thicker as her glorious 100 kilograms of thick thigh. Her enhanced skill, increase attack speed, not a great buff for a tanker, but it can be crucial. While her enhanced skill class, she increase her healing, and that can improve shield durability. Though doing so will overkill, she is fine tanker on 3 stars, 4 stars is where she could be used on anything, and 5 stars where her utility has become incredible. More than that is not advanced, unless if you know what you're doing. Last is her sub-skill. She increase her mystic damage against special armor. The sub-skill will only activate it if she move and stop. Her sub-skill was great for dealer, but it's fine since she has attack speed buff on her. For skill build, maximize these 2 first, because they are very crucial not only for herself, but also for every striker. While these 2 skill are damage build, can become crucial to clear trash mob to save your damage dealer. For pulling, it is worth to pull only if you're being competitive, while casual or new player can simply borrow her to assist you, from your friends or clubmate. Although she has great utility among overall tanker, you should save your pyroxene to pull for T.Mari. If you are planning to skip T.Mari, and thinking you will get her through raid off, that most likely won't happen. So back again. T.Yuuka is very versatile for competitive, and very easy to use. But giving a complicated choices for some player, moreover she is limited, and there are no other comfy optional to replace her. If you have tons of pyroxene, then it should fine to pull for her. The other limited sport banger are T.Mari. T.Mari appear as striker healer with the highest HP recovery than overall healer in the game, but offer you complicated strategy than regular healer. Her X skill, heal all allies within range. This healing skill doesn't apply for herself. If she is in danger, like she has low HP for example, that X skill won't do anything to herself. However, she can heal herself and one ally with the highest defense with her basic skill. Furthermore, it can increase both defenses as well. But the drawback from this skill are her basic skill will prioritizing student with the highest defense. Meaning that, she will ignore the student with lowest defense, even if they're dying, and desperately need HP recovery. Her enhanced skill, increase healing, and it's very crucial for her if you want her more HP recovery. While her enhanced skill plus are increasing her defense, not sure if it actually useful for her. But as far as I know, mostly have her at 5 stars. On 5 stars, she can heal the relic instantly, even the relic has its cooldown time. Last is her sub-skill. If the target that she heal has HP lower than 30% will have additional HP recover for them. You can see the additional HP recover from this frame. Thanks to that, she has the highest HP recover among all available healer. However, to make her useful, you'll need actual strategy. If you trying to put her with brain dead, or without thinking, she will become useless on the battlefield. Anyway, for her skill build, focus to increase these first into max for better healing that she provide. And then next star this skill into max. Last is basic skill into level 7 or max. That's it about T.Mari. If you're looking for striker healer that can provide HP recover more than overall healer, then she is your choices. However, if you're looking for striker healer that are easy to use, then she isn't the one you looking for. These are the only striker healer that available, and they're easy to use. Koharu is the most balanced option for having HP recover and flexibility. And that should be all. As always, Godspeed.